برگشت. Recording in progress.
Hey everybody, welcome to Stock Sniper Trading. Thanks everyone for joining. Welcome guys. My name is Ron, my partner is Dave, and it is almost 11 a.m. Eastern, and it is Tuesday, June the 9th. So thanks everyone for joining. We appreciate all of you guys. And crazy markets today, very volatile, very volatile. It is the day before CPI data. It could get choppy this afternoon, so we have to really be patient and disciplined with looking for a setup, and we have to use proper risk management because it could be a funny trading day today. So we'll see how everything is moving right now. Looks like gold is pushing down. It might bounce and continue pushing down. Same with, we'll look at NASDAQ as well, and we'll go over today's top news, and we'll get right in on the charts. Okay, guys? So right off the bat, we appreciate you guys. If you guys can like the stream right away, subscribe if you haven't, and let's get into this. Okay, so news-wise, today, you can see it's pretty light day on the news. A lot of low-impact folders throughout, starting in Europe, coming into the US, some small folders, nothing big. Existing home sales, and pretty much nothing for us this afternoon. And if you're going to trade the Tokyo session later this evening, just understand that there is some news there, but low impact news. Okay. Tomorrow's the big day. Yesterday we went over our CPI blog. I hope that everyone can go over that blog. I'll show you where it is again on this call, but it can prepare you for tomorrow's high impact news. You can see tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. This is what the market is anticipating this week, is the inflation numbers coming from the consumer price index over here. So we have the core CPI, the core CPI year over year and month over month, and then the CPI month over month, and can be very volatile. Okay, you can see all of those back-to-back red folders, and we did an informative blog explaining exactly what is CPI, why traders should know about it, 3 different scenarios of what could happen, and just some tips for trading this. Okay, so that's available for you guys on our website under the blog section. Okay, and day-to-day news over here, SpaceX is in the news. Google compute deal raises eyebrows ahead of the SpaceX IPO coming up. Right now, U.S. stocks rise as AI trade powers tech revival again. I don't think they're really rising. I can see NASDAQ is down almost 1%. Dow is up 0.3%. S&P is flat. So they're not really rising right now. And VIX is volatility index is pretty steady right now. Okay, what else we got going on? The treasury market is telling Fed's worst rate needs to be hiked. Okay, so guys, don't forget, next week is our FOMC session. So that's going to be interesting as well as we head into next week's FOMC with the new Fed chair, this guy Kevin Warsh. Okay, Trump says Iran talks are on track, but warns of consequences of breakdown. Home sales jump in May as buyers shrug off higher mortgage rates. Micron, Marvel stocks lead another chip stock bounce, and they're red right now. Maybe this was printed earlier, but maybe the markets at Wall Street have changed direction. Okay, so that's everything going on in the news. Any articles you need to keep up in date with the markets or your specific securities that you trade, everything is available here. It's all for free. Okay. And our Discord, guys, we did send out some signals in this really, really choppy market. And you can see this was one on NASDAQ that was sent out. We were looking for buys above 26,700. So you can see it came down, grabbed some liquidity, came back up and closed and pushed above. That was NASDAQ. And also with gold, gold also made a move. We had a buy or a long setup looking for gold, which hit approximately 300 pips. And you can see it kind of just came down, flipped, and then pushed right through here. If we got to wait for a pullback, you can find the point of control of that candle. It is a large candle. It closed above structure, and that's a great candle to find a point of control. Cut it in half and find the point of control and wait patiently to see if there's a pullback coming back into it. Okay. If you guys need signals or trade ideas with trade management and breakdowns, we do offer these at Stock Sniper Trading for you guys, and they are available in the plans as well. Okay. Moving forward, guys, there's a free Telegram pinned at the top of YouTube for you guys. Thank you guys. We have 200 viewers. And if you're not in this free Telegram, it's pinned at the top. So click it on now. And this is where you get all of our live links to come and join us in our live sessions on YouTube, and all of the promotions and giveaways, the stock trade ideas, before and after recaps. And this is the promo we have going on right now. You can utilize this code SST June 30, and there's the link to sign up. This is the premium plan. You get 50% off right now on a lifetime, yearly, 3-month, or all of those plans. And this is where you get all the signals, trade ideas, indicators, all of the education on the website, all of the live private Zoom sessions with myself and Dave, and the private Discord, and much, much more. Okay. And guys, here's the blog article on CPI week. Here's the link. So that's why if you join this free Telegram, you're going to get all of these free blogs, all of the links to come to our live YouTube sessions and when we go live, and all of the promotions and the giveaways. And last week, thank you guys to the 100,000 subscribers. We appreciate you guys for the support. We gave BIP a 3-month premium and an additional 1 month of AI trade ideas on us. And we also awarded Tony Gold on YouTube with a lifetime membership at SST, and that's valued at $2,500. So we're going to give more and more and more giveaways to everybody. So just join this free Telegram so that you can be part of this. Okay. And also, guys, right over here is our website. So there's the link if you want to join and get that 50% off promo. It's available right over here. And if you want to see our live sessions, come over here and you can see when we're on YouTube and when Dave is doing his private sessions in New York for Colmex and Wall Street, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we come after him. Mondays, we start early. Okay. So just this will be the schedule ongoing for the entire summer. Unless we have NFP Fridays, we'll come in to host the NFP on Fridays, and also next week for FOMCs, we'll switch this up. We'll probably start at noon and we'll go till 3 p.m. so we can do the full FOMC session. Okay, and here's where you can get all the free blogs available. And there's the CPI week blog. What traders need to know. It's all in here. What is CPI? Why CPI matters to traders, potential scenarios. This is really good, guys. Scenario 1, CPI comes in higher than expected. This is what could happen to these securities. CPI comes in lower than expected. This is what could happen to these securities. Scenario 3, CPI meets expectations, and this is what could happen. Okay. And avoid over leveraging. Some tips for CPI week. Wait for the initial reaction. Focus on your key levels with points of interest, top-down analysis. Reduce your position size when you're trading high impact red folders, and stick to your trading plan. Avoid, obviously, every single day when you're trading, especially when there's high impact news, revenge trading, FOMO entries, chasing candles, ignoring your stop loss. And so this is a detailed blog. It's available for you guys. Have a read on it, and it's available right over here. Okay. Finally, guys, let's get started, guys. So thank you so much. We're above 100,000 subscribers. It's been 6 years of streaming with you guys every single day to get here, and we're super proud. We've never paid for any advertisements or anything like that. We are an organic channel. We grow with you guys. If you guys like the stream, if you guys subscribe, if you guys share the stream, that's how we grow. So when we grow, you guys grow. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate this. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and let's get started, okay? And I'm going to do gold top down, okay? I understand there's moves right now. It's volatile, 5 minutes. Maybe some of you guys are already trading it. You're in buys or sells right now. But I'm going to do a top down so we can see how it was trading last week. What is the overall trend on the higher time frame? Let's get some points of interest on the daily and hourly. Let's find some zones. And then we'll come right back to these 5 minutes and watch how everything is going, okay? So everybody in Zoom, thank you guys for joining. Welcome. Good morning. You guys are coming right after post Dave. You guys caught some pips with Dave, and now we're going to see what we can do together in the post New York session. So welcome, guys. Mike, thank you for joining. Ozdemir Erdel, thank you for joining, brother. Merhaba. Kira, welcome. Thank you for joining. Danny, World Cup ticket giveaways will really blow the channel up. Not this channel. These World Cup tickets that we have are in my pocket. And guys, just so you know, next Tuesday I'm going to Toronto to watch Ghana versus Panama, the World Cup game. I'm gonna have to. There won't be a live session on Tuesday. We'll come back for Wednesday for the FOMC session. But it's a once in a lifetime that. You get to watch a World Cup game in Canada. So I will be there. I will be rooting for, I'm neutral, but we got Ghana jerseys, the entire crew. I'm going with my brother-in-law and my 2 nephews. So we'll have some fun, guys, and I'll share you guys some videos and pictures of how crazy it's going to be over there, okay? And everyone on YouTube, I appreciate you guys from the top. Thank you guys all for joining. We got Frankie, welcome. Tony Gold, thank you, brother. And congratulations again on your lifetime membership with us. And Walk of Faith, welcome. Thank you, guys. Abhishek, sorry if I screwed that name up, but welcome. Tashi, Sanity, my man, welcome. And Constanta, thank you guys for joining. We appreciate you guys, okay? So top-down analysis, daily of gold. Let's get started, okay? This is where we got to get focused and see what's going on, man. Okay, all-time high right up here. You can see 5,600. We are nowhere near it. We're diverging away from it. How do I know that? I can see a lower high, 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 and we're continuing to push down, okay? But we did have some, a level right over here we need to acknowledge. Okay, I just want us to get focused on looking and learning these levels. Right over here, bodies. You see it came up, and that's our neckline to continue to push down. You can draw a zone if you want to capture those wicks, like right there, and then you have yourself your zone, and you can stretch it across. If you want to place an alert at that yellow line, you're more than welcome to. The volume is nowhere near that right now, but if you want to place an alert up there, if it ever comes down up there, you're welcome to. Just like this, right click, add an alert, and you'll see it creates a clock right over there. And if gold ever comes up here on today's call, next week, next month, next year, I'm going to get a notification right there. That doesn't mean I just take the trade. It means I watch what happens. It might get rejected and then do something like that. Then I go in the sell. Let me just fix up everything here. And there's new levels, okay? When we're coming down now, here was another level. Did I, guys, we always get this. Someone says, check my audio. Did we lose audio? Can you guys hear me? Because then we always figure out it's the one person who's saying, Ron, check your audio. Can you guys all hear me? There's 300 viewers and everyone on Zoom. Can you guys all hear me? Thank you. So it's always that one person that says, Ron, your audio is not working. No, it's your audio is not working, okay? So you need to double check your shit. My shit is good over here. Okay, so let's continue. Here's another resistance, and you can draw a block right there, okay? And stretch it into the future. You see that this one is an upper block, but there's a lower block created. I can place an alert in there. If we come up in here, same thing. Could it come down? Could it break through? What could happen? Place an alert in there if you like. Right click, add an alert. Okay, let's continue moving down. Now let's find the supporting level. Okay, the supporting level was right here. How do I know that? Because I've been doing this shit every single day for the past couple of years, and it's been a static level right over here, okay? This 43.80. How do I know that? Because I can clearly see a double bottom right here. And then when I go backwards, I can see that this exact yellow line was a wick, a wick, and a wick, and it was the previous all-time high of gold back here in October. We were trading this. Go watch our live YouTube sessions. You can see we were trading October 16. We were trading October 17. We took a weekend off. We came back. We traded October 20. We traded October 21. This is where I was telling you guys, it's like a 4-bar M pattern that got pushed down. So if you stretch that zone in the future, which we did, that's what I want to get you guys in a habit of doing. You can see when we closed above it was December 22, Monday. This is the Santa Claus rally week, and it closed above. And then look at how it came in the new year right here, December 30, December 31, Happy New Year. Here's the new year, Friday, January 2nd. And then look at the Monday when the markets open. Look at it. That's what created the double bottom at that zone where it was inverted and flipped. And then you look at where gold went from there. It went to the all-time high right up there. And since then, it came all the way back down. Look, right there, that wick almost touched that green zone and reflected right off of it, rejected, and came back up. And then there's a lower high there. And now look at when it came down. You guys probably remember this black candle. This was going to be Black Monday. This was when the market was dumping on Monday, March 23, and Donald Trump said everything is A-okay at 7:03 a.m. Eastern. I remember we started the stream at 7 a.m. this day, and right away it got rejected right back up, and look at where the candle closed, above the zone. Next day, look at it came and retested the zone and closed back above. Look at the double bottom when it came back down, and there's the double bottom. There was the push up, but there's our neckline where it's not breaking. You see do you guys see now the zones now? Does it make it look more to see what's happening? Now look at when I stretch into the future. Look over here, that black candle on this day, Friday, NFP officially closed below that zone. Okay, so this zone is red now, right? And we can see when we're coming up, look at the wicks. Look at the wicks. So make this red zone into the future. What you can do with this upper yellow line is add an alert here. This is more of an active alert. This could trigger today, tomorrow, sometime this week. Look at it right there where it's coming up right there. We could go back down. It could close above, retest this, and then we could be filling up the big candle from NFP, okay, if gold reverses. Right now, let's now follow this. So the big NFP weekend, and then we opened yesterday. It was initially bearish where we dumped all the way down to there. So let's mark yesterday's low with a yellow line just as a point of interest, 4,268, and it rebounded off of there, came back to the opening balance, it flipped, it was bullish right there, but look, traded right into that red zone at 50% of the red zone. It got rejected and it closed as a bullish pin bar with or spin top, you might call it, with a little bit of blue volume. So how did we open on today's candle? Right here, there was the close, there's the open. Let's mark it. It's a point of interest. All candles open and close and open is a point of interest, okay? So look at the number, 43.30. We were initially bullish today. The buyers of gold were doing their job. It was blue, blue, blue. It took out yesterday's high. That's what I mean. It did its job, and it came up, and there's today's highest point. That's our high of the day. It's at 43.63, and you see we're still trading inside the red zone. That's why I give the benefit of the doubt to the offers, to the sellers, to the resistance, to the supply, to the red zone, until the blue volume can show me it can close above. Then I will convert it to a green zone. But you can see it came up, and we're not even coming into 50% of the big NFP candle, and it's still a lower high, and they pushed it down. Now look at the selling pressure. Sellers offered, pushed it down back to the opening balance. They flipped the candle black, 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 coming all the way down. There's our lowest point of the day. Now, did the sellers, have they done their job yet? Not yet. They haven't filled the yesterday's wick and continue for a new low. So the buyers stepped in right here and created a higher low and coming right back up. So this candle still has 6 hours to go. So anything can happen in 6 hours. This candle hasn't officially closed yet. So I can't say whether it's going to be bearish, it's going to be bullish, what it's going to be. I don't know. There's 6 more hours to go. But the way how it's developing is it looks like it wants to continue to push down. Okay. So First target would be coming back down to the lowest point of the day and targeting yesterday's low. And anything below the yellow line, let's take a look. If we continue to drop today or tomorrow or this week, where could we be going down? Let's not just guess where it could go. Let's identify. Look back below this yellow line. There's that big, massive wick that dropped, and then Donald Trump tweeted, said everything was a-okay. Let's just mark that. Look at the number. It's right exactly at 4,100 on the dot. So we can see the psychological numbers. So when that daily candle came all the way down there, Donald Trump tweeted at 7:03, and it picked up all the pending orders exactly at 4,100 and reversed right back up. So you see there, the yellow and the yellow. That's a massive range. So there's got to be something in between this yellow line and this yellow line. Let's continue looking backwards. There. Now we can see more structure. When daily candles were trading in between the yellow and the yellow, yellow and yellow. Look at all the volume. So now I can see more of a structure. Right over here, there was, like you can see, a pivot of resistance, and then it pushed back down. Here's where the blue candle closed above, and you can see how it cuts that yellow line right in half, and then you can see how it stabilized and used support to continue to go right back up. So you see that the number 4195, anywhere around 4,200, 4195, right there. If you want to bring it up right to exactly 4,200, you're welcome to do that, or keep it at 4195 and just keep in the back of your head around 4,200, right? Now, it makes more sense if we continue to come down and we break, okay, if we break yesterday's low, we could come down to right there and find support and find a wick and come back up with a higher low, and we still haven't filled that entire big wick, okay? So that's where you can draw some points of interest. You can place an alert there if it comes down there this week. You can place an alert at that one if it comes down. You can place an alert at this yellow line if we get down there, and these are areas of higher time frame where you should be maybe entertaining taking a trade off of, because now you're trading at the daily points of interest. Does this make sense? We have 400 viewers on YouTube and everybody on Zoom. I go over this every single day. This is how you can remain patient. This is how you can stay disciplined in the market. And this is how you can identify higher probable setups, right? We're not just trading anything. We're trading by looking at how the market reacted at these daily positions, okay? So we're not just scalpers here. We can be swing traders, we can be intraday traders, we can be investors at these locations. But you don't just trade blind. Just because it comes down there doesn't mean it's going to get a wick and go up. You have to actually physically watch what's going on there on your particular time frame. Whether you're an hourly trader, you watch hourly bodies, what they do there. If you're a 15-minute trader, you watch your 15-minute candles. If you're a 5-minute trader, you watch your 5-minute candles. If you're a 1-minute trader, you watch your 1-minute candles, okay? So continuing. We've got our zones. I notice I didn't do anything above me. I could, but I think it's bearish, so I don't think we're going to flip in 2 hours and come all the way back up here. So what I do now is go from the daily. Look at how I'm working my way down now. So you see all of the dailies have zones, yellow lines, and the purple are the high and low. Okay, now I move. I could go into the 4-hour or I could go into the 1-hour. I prefer the 1-hour myself personally because I can watch the individual 1-hour candles, what happened, and I know which ones are very important. 8 p.m. Eastern is very important. That's when the futures market opens up. You'll see it's 2000 right there is the futures market. 1800 is when the daily candle opens up. That's 6 p.m. Eastern. 3 a.m. Eastern is London, right over here. This is when the UK market, London, opens up, Europe. 8 a.m. Eastern is a very important hourly candle. That represents COMEX and any North American high impact red folder news. 9 a.m., we all know that is Wall Street open. 10 a.m. can continue with some US news. And 3 p.m. Eastern is power hour, and then going into the market close, okay? So look at the hourly candles. They're very bearish, right? They're continuing to slope down. They're coming down from up here, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. There it broke this structural area, okay? That was the big break. There it closed below, and it dropped all the way down. There was a double bottom at the lowest point of the day. I can see exactly what day, what time. Monday at 1 a.m., Monday at 5 a.m. So this was a little bit of Europe and going into New York. It came back up, and look at how it was consolidating right over here. And then look at the big move right here, 9 a.m. It came all the way right up. That's what created our highest point of the day. It got rejected and came down and closed very bearish, almost like a shooting star, but it's a pin bar. It's got a little bit of a wick. It closed. It came back up. Did it test 50% of the black volume? Yes, it did. It got rejected. Short wick. Continued to pop all the way down. It dropped at 10 a.m. Excuse me. One moment. I'm losing my voice. Sorry, guys. I'm choking over here. So it did come down to the lowest point of the day, the purple line. We rebounded. It came back up and closed right there. Okay. Excuse me. Is this a structural hourly candle? Sorry, guys. I'll catch my voice back here. I just swallowed the water and it went down my wrong tube here. And now we continue. We can cut this candle in half. Okay, so let's just cut it in half. We'll place a white line. Okay, so let's just cut it in half with a white line. This lets us know where our hourly resistance is, 43.15. So if it comes back up blue, 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 you guys know we're trading right into that 10 a.m. 50%. You see right there how now it looks like it was support there. There was the wick. There's where it was a wick of resistance. See that blue candle at 7 a.m. when it closed above? See how it converted the white line to make it support, support. That black candle, you see it closed below. So that's why I'm saying it's resistance right now, okay? And now let's see how we opened right here at 11 a.m. It came up right up there, blue. We haven't came all the way up here. And now let's see if it will come all the way down and fill the hourly wick, which created the lowest point of the day. And then we'll see if we can hold some good support at this yellow line. So from below the purple line and the yellow line, you see right there, I'm drawing a green box. Why? Because I can see it got a wick rejected there. It got a higher low wick rejected right there. And if I stretch it into the future, if it comes back in here, it might get another wick rejecting back out of here. If the black volume comes down and closes below here, I could turn the zone green to red, and then it gets rejected and we're further falling down. Okay, so it looks like there's maybe possibly a double bottom. You can consider this all one bottom on the hourly. Our neckline is all of this structure right up here, and now we're coming right back down. So it might get down here and bounce, right? It might, that's why I'm saying we also have to watch if it comes down, grabs liquidity, comes back up, closes above, retest this, then it could be a more powerful, stronger leg coming out of there. If we do reverse, but this could just continue selling off, right? Okay, so it's still bearish since 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. If you're buying right now, you're buying against, look at this 3-hour selling pressure, okay? So you got to be very careful. Now, when we go into the 5 minutes, and also right here, hourly, see here, if I'm an hourly trader, see from the yellow line to the yellow line, there's a big zone. I can go back if I was an hourly trader, look in between these yellow lines. When was the volume trading in between there? And there it is. I can see there's the hourly push down, Monday, 2 a.m., there's London, 3 a.m., and then it came right back up at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m., okay? Is there any structure that you can find with these hourly candles right in here? There's a wick, and a wick. If you want to cut maybe that candle in half right there, 42.30, or if you want, guys, this is when in doubt what to do if you're confused and you don't know what to do, just cut these zones in half. Yellow and yellow. If I was just to cut them exactly right in half, that's the halfway point. And then look, it's a wick, right? If it breaks today, this yellow line, maybe we'll find a higher low hourly support at 42.30, 42.32. Maybe it holds and doesn't come down to this yellow line, okay? That's what you can do if you're an hourly trader, right? And then you just look below there. There's that white line right there, okay? But right now it's coming down. I'm not an hourly trader. I'm a 5-minute trader. So this is what I look at is the 5-minute candles, okay? So let's see. Here was the big one at 9:45. It just exploded right up there, came to the highest point of the day. Here's your clue where it got rejected. And then look at when it opened. Did it come up blue, blue, blue to fill that wick? No, it just came right back down. It closed. It didn't engulf it, but it closed below 50% of it. And then the next candle engulfed this big bar. So that's called a dark cloud cover pattern. That's where you get two bars that engulf one. If it was the opposite, the bullish one is called a piercing line pattern, okay? Do you guys understand this? It took two black candles to engulf one blue one, okay? A bearish engulfing candle is just one black one that engulfs everything. This one took two candles to engulf. That's what we call a dark cloud cover, okay? And it came back up, pushed back down, then you start to see there's the candle at 1010 that closed below and it pushed down. There's those dip buyers, pullback buyers buying it up, thinking it's going to go back up. Then it got rejected back down and really pushed down. Here are those pullback buyers again buying. And look at the 5-minute now resistance. It's right there. 4,300 on the dot right there. See there? There's a resistance. Look at the numbers, 4,300. Okay. Now we're coming back down. This is that hourly green zone. Well, now we get a bigger bottom. Here's the 5-minute came down. There's the neckline. Maybe we're going to come back down. Maybe we'll get another big blue move to break through this and come to that hourly resistance. Maybe we close, retest this, then we could drive up to there. However, this could continue to break down. This could continue to shoot down, and maybe we continue to sell, okay? So this is what we got on gold right now. This is what we're going to watch, okay? We can see if you want to draw like a trend or a slope coming down from the highest point of the day or starting from the body, wherever you want, you can see we are sloping down still. It's descending, right? So we got to break. We're still pushing down. We have resistance. So if you're buying against the trend and there's still no confirmations yet. Okay. We'll add some indicators. The 9 EMA, we are below the 9 EMA, this green line. The 200 EMA is the purple line all the way up here. We're below it. It's at our daily point of interest up here. And if we add our SST daily bar indicator, we'll add it and it's on the 15 minutes, okay? So this is our 15-minute candle, which is going to close in 3 minutes. And then we're getting a new 30-minute candle opening in the market as well, okay? So thanks, guys. Hit the likes on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. And then in a little bit, I'll do a top-down analysis on NASDAQ or US30, okay? So thank you, guys. Hit the likes, please. If you understood that top-down analysis, it wasn't that complicated, right? It's pretty straightforward. And I know what each one of these lines is. The yellow is a daily point of interest. The red is just this 5-minute resistance. The white line is hourly resistance. We cut that hourly 10 a.m. candle in half. I can even write all this on the side of the lines when I'm learning, but I know what these are myself. So, but if you're learning, write what this is. You can write exactly what this yellow daily line is. Which day was it? Where did we get this from? You can write right on the side of it, okay? But you can always refer, if the volume is coming up to that yellow line, you can always go to your daily candle and this is what it would be. It would be coming right back to the opening balance right there, okay? So you can always write on that yellow line where you got that. That was today's opening balance, the open of the candle. If you need to, right? If you're new at this, the more information you have, the better. Okay. Guys, we have 500 viewers and only 100 likes. Okay, so that's horrible. That's 20%. So 20% of you guys only like that, okay? Then if that's the case, I don't need to be here. If we're not above at least point of control, 50%, then I'm gonna go do some other things. It's a nice afternoon outside. I can go cut the grass. I do need to cut the grass too. But it's up to you guys. If we get it over 300 likes, then we can do another analysis on NASDAQ or maybe potentially look to take some trades. No, you're not cutting my grass. I cut my own grass. You got to keep that lawn sharp, Alex. I agree with you. We got competition in this neighborhood. I got to keep up with all these retired guys around here. Okay. So now we're trading into, you know, that green zone. Where did I get this green zone? Let's go back to the hourly. It's this, okay? This green zone came from this big wick that dropped Monday at 1 a.m. This was a big black candle that came right in this green zone. And then you see how it reversed right out of there. Then it came back in the same day, Monday, 4 hours later at 5 a.m. Came right in there, higher low, and rejected right out. And then it made that nice big bullish move right after that. So we are coming right back into here, okay? But it's a big black candle. 28 more minutes to go on this hourly candle. It might even close below here, and we might flip this green zone red for the first time, okay? So we now have to see what type of reaction it gets in here. I'm watching it on the 5 minutes. So you see the 5-minute candles are coming, it's coming inside here. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys, is anyone in a buy? Is anyone in a sell or sidelines? What are you guys doing right now? And look at the RSI, okay? RSI dipped right there. It dipped oversold. That's where we got that little bounce. Now it's coming back oversold again, and they're really bleeding it out. So we got to watch now. Are they going to grab liquidity? Is it going to come down and get a big wick and whipsaw right back up? Or is it going to officially close below here? Okay. Mike, your sidelines? Not in any trade right now. Some of you guys are selling sidelines for now. Okay, that's good. As long as you guys are, you know, either on the sidelines, that's fine. Okay. I'm on the sidelines myself too. I'm going to wait for this candle to close. So it cut right through that green zone. There's a wick right now. It's coming back up, but where will it close? Okay. This is going to be interesting. And we don't just buy because something is oversold. Okay. If you do that, you're going to make some mistakes in your trading. Okay. And you got to know if you're countering, if you're buying, you got to understand how to counter trade. Like that move right there, that's 200 pips. Like that's a nice move right there. Yes, you didn't get it to retrace all the way back up, but if you got that buy right there, you have to understand, like even if you cut that candle in half, you can't be greedy after 100 or 200 pips. Okay. These are big volume candles now. Look at the range of just this candle from the top to the bottom. This is a 180 pip candle right now and it hasn't even closed. Okay, so this is a lot of volatility, a lot of volume. And I can imagine over leveraged traders right now going against the trend. They're probably blowing up their accounts, blowing up their prop firms, revenge trading, hedge trading, getting pissed off, right? You guys know it. I go through that too. You go through it too. But that's why when you see that the volume is this large, the best thing to do is have the proper mindset. Lower your risk, lower your sizing, because one mistake can be crucial, can be very, very critical. Alex, it is considered double bottom top if there is a wick and then after a market goes and closes right on the wick, or is it when the body closes? It can be wicks. If you see two wicks, like as long as you see like two rejections, 2 points, it can be a candle body close right at it, or it can be like a wick. Okay, so we got 30 seconds to go into the close. So we cut through, we broke that daily yellow line, coming right back up. Will it close inside the green zone? Will it close blue? Will it break out of here? Okay, so far, good grab so far. That low point is 4263. We'll keep an eye if there's any news, any breaking news. Okay, so there's the close. It closed as a bearish pin bar. So you guys, it was black, 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 came right down there, got rejected back up and closed. So now it's opening black again, black ignited right? So it's still bearish. It could fill that entire wick again and continue pushing. So what we got to see is like a higher low or some sort of wick being created either at this yellow line or inside this green box to continue to push it back up. Because if we start to close below this yellow line, I'm gonna change this green zone to red momentarily, okay? To represent that sellers are still strong. Trump is speaking right now. I didn't see it on the schedule. Keep us posted what he's saying. Okay, and NASDAQ is falling off the cliff too. We'll get to NASDAQ in just a moment. And make sure you double check your spreads as well if you're going to take a trade, because it could get volatile right now. Spreads could be increasing. Yep. I have a 1.5 to 1.5 spread right now, 1.2. That's high for me. I like to trade where it's 0.5. So it's at 2.0 right now, okay? So lots of volatility right now. And that's still a bearish candle coming down. It's bearish ignited. You guys saw the open. It was bearish ignited. It's still holding that selling pressure. Okay, so can it continue to fill all the way down that wick and create a new low? Sellers are still in control, okay? If you're buying, you got to see what you're buying against. There hasn't even been one blue candle that's printed since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been almost 30 minutes since a 5-minute blue candle has printed. Okay, so will it take out that lowest point? Will it create a new lower low? Will it be an equal tweezer bottom low? Will it be a higher low? This is where I zoom in. And the candle is going to close in 1 minute and 18 seconds. And if we close below this yellow line, now the short-term volume is below a key critical daily point of interest, okay? So it did in fact create that little lower low. Let's figure out what this yellow line is. Let's go back to the daily. What is this yellow line? Yesterday's low. Remember? Now we just broke yesterday's low. So our daily candle just created a new lower low. Okay. So we just broke yesterday's low. So let's see now if it grabs a little bit of liquidity and can maybe flip back up or continues to push down. Okay. So good rejection. They just broke yesterday's low. You can consider that maybe equal lows. It's a little lower low technically, but still held. Now coming right back up. Look at the close. So it came and closed right back in the green box again. So we should technically see a blue candle being printed here, okay? But even if it comes up blue, 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 it's still going against this black volume, okay? So you still see it's still inside the green zone. So it's still in that grabbing pending buyers, okay? And didn't close below there. Good rejection right near the close where it came back up. And now this is what I mean. It's followed by a blue candle. So let's see if the blue candle can maybe officially create a new high or can close above the green zone, okay? Then maybe we got a little bit of a bottom being created because they could easily push this right back down. But did you guys understand those two rejections right there? Right below yesterday's low, got rejected, and it closed inside the green zone. That's why this candle opened with that momentum and came up blue, blue, blue. But you see when it got up here, again, they rejected it back down. This candle could easily flip back black and come back down here. So this is where it's kind of consolidating now. We have a lot of selling pressure, a lot of offers here, but there is buyers interested in this zone. How big do I decide how big the box is? It's all done with my top-down analysis. If you watched the beginning of the call, you see the way how I structure my zones. It's all defined by the time frame that I'm analyzing. And that's how I do it, okay? And that's how I go about it. I don't guess the size of the boxes. I'll do it when I do NASDAQ or US30 in just a moment. We'll do a new top down on one of those securities, and I'll show you how I do it on one of those ones. Okay, so it's still building. Has it closed above here? Has it broke this trend line? It could do exactly what it did right here. How it came down, it came back up, and then they shot it back down. Here it could come back up a little bit, and then they shoot it right back down. Okay, but this is a different. We're now have a different conversation. This is being developed at yesterday's low. This was just developed right here, right? This is has more context. This was yesterday's lowest point, okay? So maybe daily dip buyers are buying to protect the daily candle from continuing to break lower. Now they're coming in. That's a good body candle, right? Even if I was to scalp this, or if you bought that candle, that's a 100 pip candle. It's not bad for a scalper. That's exactly what you're looking for. You watch those two double wicks. You see that candle open blue, you buy it, you put your stop loss right below those wicks, you get up 50 pips, 60 pips, you take your stop loss break even, you're up over 100 pips, you close out 80% because you're counter trading, and leave the rest remaining to run. Unless you want to hold it with a break even and maybe it will go up further. Guys, thank you guys. We almost have 800 viewers on the call. It's amazing when we can get 1,000 viewers on every single one of these calls. It shows that you guys are here with us, learning and earning. If you guys can like the stream, we do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Maybe this week we can hit 101,000. We appreciate you guys. Okay, 90 seconds to go into the close. So this would be a nice area if we could maybe find some support there, coming back up, maybe it comes back down, maybe a nice double bottom in here, then that could give us that bigger move back up if we're looking to take a buy, right? But we gotta get more and more critical information here. Otherwise, we're just still counter trading. Do you guys have any questions about anything? Do you guys understand what's happening right now, where we are trading at this point in time? This was yesterday's low. This is how the 5-minute candles look at trading at yesterday's lowest price. Okay, so we're closing in 30 seconds. So this is where I really pay attention to the last 30 seconds of a candle on any time frame, whether you're a daily trader, a 4-hour trader, hourly, a 30-minute trader, 15-minute trader, 5-minute trader, or a 1-minute trader. You focus on the last 30 seconds because it shows the momentum going right into the close and how the next candle could potentially transition and open. Okay, so it's closing strong, engulfing. One bar engulfed those, so no wick. It's ignited, so it's going to continue to go up. So if we're waiting to buy a pullback, I got to wait for it to come back down into this green zone. Okay, because if you didn't buy right at the open of this candle, that's what I mean. You got to be quick. I didn't. So that closed. Look at, like, let me just explain what's going on here. It closed right at the highest point with no wick, right? So the next candle just opened, ignited, and carrying that momentum forward, right? There's been no pullback yet, okay? And everyone says, Ron, should I buy this candle? Should I buy this candle? You're more than welcome to buy this candle if you want. It's got nothing to do with me. But I would prefer to wait for a pullback back into this zone and then maybe buy the pullback, okay? Where can I buy? Anywhere inside the green zone, maybe around 50% of that blue candle at 4275, that psychological number. So there could be pending orders building in this location right now while I'm speaking. Even with the volume up here, even if it goes higher and higher and higher, that doesn't mean that this area is not building pending buy orders. Okay, you just got to patiently wait for the market to come back down in here and pick these up. And if you're looking to buy a pullback, if you like what you see, that would be a good location. Obviously, it would be better to buy at the yellow line or to buy at these low wicks, okay? If you're looking to buy. But when it comes down here, it could be a big black candle and then just engulf and then continue to do that, okay? So I'm waiting. Okay, I want to see where the true neckline is. How high will this thing go before it gets rejected? Is this the true neckline up here? All the way up here? Or will the neckline be somewhere like right around this body, this body, this body, and where it's getting a wick right now, like right here? Okay, and this is like a V recovery where it just came down and it just bounced right back up. Okay, so we're looking for like a double bottom, right? Maybe some of you guys are in the buy, and that's great. That's fantastic. You bought where it broke yesterday's low. So if you go look at the daily, what's going on right now? The daily candle today came black, 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 filled yesterday's wick, created that little low, and then that's where it bounced right now. It's coming right back up. But we're watching it on the 5 minutes. So it's what you're seeing right now, where it came down, came back up and closed, came back down, pretty much equal lows, came back and closed in the green box. Then the big blue candle was created in the green box with no wick. It opened, ignited, and continued to push up, okay? So we either got to wait for a pullback. Will it happen? I don't know, okay? At some point, the market will pull back in here. Will it be on the next candle? Will it be 15 minutes from now? Will it be an hour from now? Will it be Tokyo session? Will it be tomorrow? That I can't tell you. When the market decides to come back in here, it will come back. If it needs those orders, believe me, it will find a way to come back in here. Okay, so there's the sharp rejection. Now it's coming down black again. Okay, so it's a shooting star. Will it hold a higher low and build and come right back up? Or is it going to come all the way, inside here? Okay, this is where you have to determine whether you want to buy now or do you want to wait for that full pullback? Okay, because if you buy now, then you might come down. But if you buy now, it could go right back up. Okay, so you got to be disciplined with what you want to do. Or we wait and watch where this candle will close. It can still give us clear information as to where the neckline is, how strong it is, what's going on. So it's getting rejected right at that 9 EMA, and more importantly, where there was support, that black candle closed below, it's the resistance point right now at 4284, 83, 85 area. And NASDAQ has this slow, creepy volume coming up. It might be a trap where it just slowly comes up and then they hammer it back down. So I'll do an analysis on NASDAQ in a moment. Right now, we'll just continue to watch gold going into noon. We're 10 minutes away. Okay, so it got rejected. We're opening black. Will it come back down into here, or is it going to hold and consolidate and flag here and then continue to be bullish and break, fill that wick and get a little higher, maybe travel up to this red zone? It's bearish ignited, so it's coming down. Let's see if it comes all the way down, back down to maybe 50% of this blue candle, or back down to the actual bottom of the yellow line. No, I'm not in yet. I'm waiting. Okay, so it's a bearish ignited. Look how it's coming down. Okay, what will happen if it's coming down, coming down, coming down? Okay, now we've got to watch for a wick. Will it tap into exactly 50% right here at that 42.75, or will it create a higher low? Will we be live tomorrow? Yes. Tomorrow we're here, same time, 11 a.m. Eastern. If you want to join Dave at 8 a.m., join the private Zoom. You can join that as well. As long as the likes are here, as long as you guys like the stream, subscribe, we'll be here. If there's no likes, I won't be here. I'll be cutting the grass. Okay, good flip. Okay, so it came in there, didn't come down in there. So let's see if the candle will flip blue. Maybe we take the buy to fill the wick. It's retested, it's holding, it's still holding that bearish head. Okay, it's flip blue. I'm gonna go on a buy. Okay, I'm buying the retest. So I didn't get it where it came all the way down deeper into there. It came right there and it flipped. And I took the buy to fill the wick and maybe continue to drive a little higher. The target would be to come back up to that red zone, but I know that there's resistance behind, okay? So really got to watch how this thing develops. I need to create a new higher high to push up and then watch the closing volume. So I'm in a buy. It's already in the money, but to fill that prior wick would be about 50 pips. And then if we can get up to that next wick, would be about 80 pips up to there. So that's where I could reduce my risk, okay? So my stop loss, I'm going to just place it below, just below that red line. Okay, I have a tight stop loss on this. I'm going to lower it right there, 42.73. I just want to be below the point of control of that candle, the blue one, okay? And see if I can maybe just create a new higher high and then reduce my risk. Okay, so let's see if we can get some buyers asking to trade up here. It's a nice bullish pin bar. Let's see if we can create it into a hammer and continue to push above. But there's still this resistance here. So it's coming back down to the opening position. Let's see if it can reload, refuel itself, and come back up again. With less than 2 minutes to go, let's see if we can get a positive close with some blue volume. It's consolidating. We're finding where it could be flagging right around here. So I'll verbally let you guys know when I get stopped out. I'm just under that blue candle, just under the 50% of it. And 1 more minute to go into the close. When you see the spikes like that, where it comes up blue and gets rejected back down, comes down, goes up, there's volatility right now, okay? There's lots of volatility. Okay, so if it takes out its own low, 50% is right there, the cut point. That was the previous resistance, turning support, 42.75 on the dot, okay? But let's see if we get another push going into the close, last 30 seconds. Okay, so 15 more seconds going to close. It's a spin top. We're basically virtually right back to the opening position where it went down, it went up, it came down, it went back up. So it's a mixed candle. So it could 50% chance it could come back down, 50% chance we could move back up. But let's see how it closed. Okay, so it closed black. We're opening bullish ignited. Okay, so that's good. We got a good open, but we need to continue to use this strong momentum, this open, to continue to fill one of these wicks and create a new high. If we just come up and it's a lower high, we're going to lose that momentum, and when we're coming back down, then the sellers will target this wick and then the 50% and then potentially my stop loss. So we need a strong, we got the ignited bar to continue to push to get through here. And we're going into noon in the close of this candle. Okay, that's where it's going to get really volatile when we go right into noon. Okay, so we have our bullish ignited open. That's the candle I want on opening. So it's continuing to refuel itself. It's like a rocket. When it comes down, it gets more fuel and then continue to come up. But we got to break highs. Remember, if we cannot break a new high, it's just sellers will continue coming with offers and continue to push this thing down. So we really got to create a new high, especially going into noon. This would be the time to do this. Okay, so that's a good push. We broke one candle. Let's see if we can get above the next high, right above there. So you still see the resistance we're fighting, right? We got above one candle high, but there's still this one and this one still to go. So can we close with some positive volume? It's an inverted hammer. Still have that ignited open. We just lost it right there, okay? So you can see how much selling pressure there is up here. This is the big sell zone right now on the 5 minutes. It's right up here. There's the wick, there's the wick, there's the wick. This big black candle is holding everything down. So now it could be coming down to test 4275 and maybe a potential double bottom going into noon and potentially grabbing liquidity for the noon move. So guys, I'm gonna get stopped out here very, very soon. I'll verbally let you guys know. I'm still there. There is a wick. This is when markets make moves right going into the new hour, okay? We're at 42.75. Let's see if there's buyers here. I'm still in it. Still holding it. It's in drawdown. I'm still there. There is a wick. There's still a wick there. I'm still in. I did not get stopped out. I'll verbally let you guys know when I got stopped out. Oh man, what a fight here. 4275 is a battle between buyers and sellers. Holy shit. If the buyers can hold this position, this could be a strong move coming into noon. But the market wants that liquidity down there. They want to come down there. And I don't want to have my stop all the way below there. So that's my final risk. I'm still in, still holding it. But it's coming back down. We got 1 more minute, 60 seconds to go right into noon. Holy shit. Can these buyers hold this 4275 position? Come on, hold this. Hold it down. Still holding, but there's a lot of black volume coming down. So you can see there's initial support there. There's good support. It's coming back up. But if it closes black, remember, noon is a big momentum candle. So they could easily, but you can see short term, it is technically holding some support here, but Looks like it's going to break going into the close. This is a big battle, 4275 between buyers and sellers. I do have a tight stop loss. I'm still in. It's a bullish ignited candle opening. It's still bullish ignited. I'm still in it. Okay, I got tapped out right there. Fuck. Okay, so you got to watch now, double bottom. We got to watch now to see down in here. Will the bigger buyers be at this yellow level or at here? But guys, I'm going to still continue to, my bias is to continue to buy with this thing. I just got stopped out of that move. We see now the true move. Okay, so it's right here, one bottom. There's the neckline coming down, noon opened. This could be second bottom. We got to see it come back up, break through here, maybe attempt to retest this or back down in here. And then that could be the bigger move getting out of here at noon. I got stopped out, guys. Yeah, maybe you guys have a bigger stop loss than me. That's fine. I told you, just below this body of this candle. So now we got to watch noon, the second bottom. Will this be the one where the buyers step in? They're bigger body candles. Okay, if you got stopped out, I understand. They're bigger body candles. Could I have opened my stop loss below the yellow line? Absolutely, I could have, and I would have been live. I should have. I always get on these calls, but I'm getting better. Okay, I'm starting to just monitor my risk and not monitor yours. Okay. It's all good. We got to continue to stay focused here. Got to watch what's happening. Fuck, that candle got me by that wick. Motherfucker. You see how they do it right at 12 and then it opens and boom. I'm being too cheap on these calls. I should really open up my fucking stop loss. God, this might be a nice big blue candle coming right out of here. My bias is bullish, like to develop, but we still need to create higher highs, right? That's a nice bullish candle and they could trap a lot of buyers and bring it right back down. Okay, so it's got to either engulf this black candle, close above the 9 EMA, or create a higher high. Because look, it's a lower high and they're pushing it back down. So it really needs to build. Remember, it's counter trading, but this is the second bottom. This one could have the bigger volume coming in at noon. And notice the time and sales when these things are happening. You had a $20 loss. I had a $200 loss. That's trading. Welcome to the world of trading. You gotta now learn from it and come back. Welcome to the world of trading. If you're gonna sit and dwell on a $20 loss or a $200 loss and cry, you're not built to be a trader. Okay, so that's what I mean. Watch, guys. It came up, and now they're pushing it right back down. So it might even come lower for more liquidity. Okay, so let's watch how this thing builds. What's NASDAQ doing? Yeah, NASDAQ, that's what I was saying. That tricky volume where it was just small volume, and then they hammered it back down. So you got to be careful with that little tricky volume. But you guys understand why candles have a job to do. You see, it was looking good. It was looking good. It was looking good on that one. It was looking good also when we opened bullish ignited when it was coming up, but we didn't fill those previous candles. And that's it. That sellers will step right back in. So it came up. Even this candle looked very strong at the open of noon, came up, and then they rejected it back down. So you got lower highs. So they're still pushing it down. Now, if it comes back below here and closes, it's bearish then. Then it could fill these wicks and continue breaking down lower. So we're seeing right now, is there going to be a double bottom buildup at yesterday's lowest point? This is yesterday's low right now. Shay, strategy has worked perfect this week on the daily POC, Dow and NASDAQ, then switch to lower time frame sells. Yeah, it works, but you also got to just manage stop loss. Maybe I was a little too tight, but it is what it is. Like I don't make excuses. I had my stop loss. I was holding it. I saw where the buyers were. It's just when noon opened up, they got me. It's fine. I look back, I was in the money, right? And I didn't go to a break even. I didn't take out anything. So it's my bad on that trade. But now, okay, so that fizzled off, came down, opening back up black. So got to watch what's going on here. It could close below here. It could break those lows and continue to drop. So it's still bearish, right? The buyers tried there, but you see the red wall. It's there. So extend it into the future. Right now they're targeting to take out those wicks, and it could close below here and continue to be bearish. I'll stick with gold for 5 more minutes, and then I think we should do a little NASDAQ and then come back to gold. I didn't see Donald Trump speaking. I didn't see any remarks. Where did you guys see Donald Trump speaking? It wasn't on the schedule. I don't see any news on Trump speaking. But we're still technically still trading in this green zone. Okay, no black candle has closed below. So it's still technically in this green zone. It just needs more building. It's in a building phase. In order to reverse a very bearish move, it needs to really build with a lot of pending buyers. Okay, so we're tagging again. Yes, this yellow line is yesterday's low. Okay, if it closes below there, yesterday's low could become resistance to continue to push down. So just reminder for the buyers. You got to know that. NASDAQ is still pushing down. Holy shit. Okay, it's very oversold too. Okay, so we gotta do a top-down analysis on NASDAQ and figure out some points of interest on the daily, but it's pushing down. Okay, be careful buying NASDAQ as well. Okay, last 30 seconds. Broke those two lows. Let's see, will it get a wick coming back up, close below there, and get ready. If it continues to drop down, that white line is hourly support at 42.32. And we'll continue to watch that. Nvidia's dumping too. Yeah, everything is. Everything. Volatility index is up 7% and everything is red. Holy, market switch fast. Guys, you know when Trump says there's a peace agreement and the markets rally, and there's no peace agreement. There's still war going on. Israel's bombing Lebanon and there's nothing going on, okay? So look at Iran defense minister will accelerate arms manufacturing. If you're going to end the war, what are you accelerating your arms manufacturing, right? And anytime Trump is speaking, if he is, you got to be careful. Okay, did we close below this green zone? Yes. So it's red technically and still pushing down. Okay, I'm going to do a top-down analysis on NASDAQ. I'll come back to gold. It's still bearish. It's still going to push down. Let's do NASDAQ really fast, okay? Daily. I'm going to do this one really, really fast, okay? Look how the sentiment flipped. There was that bullish inside bar yesterday, okay? I'm not going to do everything on this analysis, but just starting up here. This is a structural candle, okay? It did close below. So first thing we got to do is figure out of this candle right here, Friday, NFP. It should be everyone's chart. Open, close, 50%. Do I believe the SpaceX IPO will cause a sell-off? The SpaceX, any IPO is an exit plan for the elites who have already bought very cheap, and then they sell it on me and you retail, who we buy FOMO, we buy the highest points, and then they sell it on us. Look at traditional, 90% of IPOs always dip, big dip right after they open. Why? Because all the insiders have already bought everything at the lowest prices, and as soon as they release those big IPOs, me and you are getting excited. We're buying it at the all-time highs, and then they dump it on us, and we got to sit and hold it for multiple months or years before we can even realize our money. So I think there's going to be a massive sell-off when SpaceX IPOs. That's just my from experience from watching IPOs in the past. Okay, look at the point of control of NFP. So we came into it yesterday, rejected, came into it today. Look at today, they spiked the high. Man, it's 600% value over revenue, yeah. And then they're going to dump that. Okay, so we came back down, opening position. We took out now. Look at yesterday was a bullish ignited bar. Remember how bullish it was? It came up, they trapped everyone right in that point of control. They brought it right back out of there, out of the gate, and look at it now coming all the way down, okay? So where are we heading next? How far down, okay? Look at, we have a wick and a wick right there on the daily. This was May 8, Friday, last week, a couple weeks ago, sorry. Right over here, okay? 28,450. Will we come down there or more into 50% of that blue candle right there? This is what I would do. I would go right in the middle and I would draw a zone to those wicks and draw yourself a nice little zone like that. That could be where NASDAQ wants to come into, right into this location. Okay, so I know it's not the greatest top-down analysis. I'm not breaking down everything from all the way up here, but you can see we're in a 3-bar play from NFP where it came in inside blue bar and we're continuing to push down, okay? Do we have already a low already established so far, but this volume is coming down pretty strong, so it could continue to break that. Okay, so you see where the bottom is? Right at the body close on Thursday, May 7, body open on Friday, May 8. There's where our lowest point is, right at those points of interest. Okay, will it continue to come back up to this yellow line and then go? I don't think it's going to reverse all of this bearish candle. If it does, but maybe half right there. And then I go into the hourly now. Let's see where all of this volume came from. Holy shit. Okay, so slowly, look at how it dropped on NFP. Slowly on the hourly, it built its way back up Monday. And look at what they did. Right there, 9 a.m. They spiked the high, grabbed the liquidity. It held at those hourly bars, and they really dropped it down. big structural hourly candle close below everything. That's hourly traders. Cut your Tuesday 10 a.m. candle in half and find the point of control. That's what you could base trading off of. Also, this hourly candle, that's also a structural candle close below all this structure. What you could do is with this candle as well. So watch what I do with this hourly candle. Go with my Fibonacci, the opening price, closing price. There's my hourly 50%, 28,950 white line, and my hourly point of control. So if I'm scalping, I know where I'm trading into right there. So, and then it opened this hour, came back up, pushing down, and that's that green zone we could be targeting down in there. Okay. On the 5 minutes, there's where we dropped right there. 950 started to push down. That counter pullback, go back down, counter pullback, right back down, counter pullback, right back down. Okay. So I know it's oversold, and it's still pushing down. Okay. It's in a clear downtrend, parallel. Draw yourself a parallel channel starting from right here, and you can visually see what channel we're in right there. That's how bearish it is. Okay. So it came down lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we're still below the dotted line of the parallel channel, which is the psychological midpoint. So it's still bearish. Okay. We haven't closed above the dotted line to even maybe get back up to the top of the channel. But maybe if we dip down into this green box, this could be a potential location to maybe entertain buys or watch for a double bottom, how we were watching on gold, if something builds in here. I'm just going to place an alert at this yellow line, just in case we're flip-flopping. I want an alert in there. Okay, so it is extremely bearish. It is oversold, but you can see buyers, it was a counter buy, and if you held, you got stopped out. Counter buy, you want more, you got stopped out, want more. Counter buy, you want more, you got stopped out, right? So it's very, very difficult. You know, same with us on gold. There was a counter buy there, that counter buy I bought right there. And then you see they pushed it right back down. So, and then I had my stop loss. Why? I could have had a bigger stop loss, but there's no point. Okay. If we can't hold the volume of that bullish bar, then there's no point. Then the sellers can continue to break this and continue drop. I don't like giving unnecessary pips away to the market just because to have a bigger stop loss, right? I trade structure. I trade candles. I watch the bigger base candles, and that's where I place my stop loss. If that can't hold, it can't hold up. Okay, so we'll continue to watch what's happening. And then if it's one of these days, don't buy. Let the counter buyers buy it, and then you sell it back down, right? Just like these sellers here, these sellers here, these sellers here. Maybe if it comes back up, you don't have to stress yourself out with buying. Just wait for it to come maybe back up to this yellow line and sell it back down, right? Wait for it to come up into this hourly red zone and sell it back down. Do we have news this week? Yes, absolutely. Yasin, tomorrow is CPI. You got to know these things as a trader. You should do your Sunday, your forecast. You should do your top downs for your securities. You should go over Forex Factory or any economic news folders. Figure out what high impact news we have on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Go through your earnings. Figure out which pre-market or after hour earnings could impact the markets. Like big names like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla. Like those big names. Are they reporting? Could that affect if you're trading NASDAQ? If you're trading Dow Jones, their securities, S&P 500, things like that. Make sure you guys do these things so you know. It takes 15 minutes just to go over, make some notes as to what are the big days. Okay, so you see we've diverged away from this zone, so I can tidy up my charts, keep those red lines, but still very bearish. How am I doing? I'm doing good. Got stopped out of one trade here. But it is what it is. Holy. Like if we look at the heat map right now, the market is really, really red right now. Let's take a look here. Let's see here. Crypto's taking a shit. Holy. Crypto's taking a dump. Hopefully no one is buying Bitcoin right now. NASDAQ is also pushing into the green zone. Yeah, okay. I thought you meant pushing like out of the green zone. Just let's see. Well, let's watch, okay? So it's coming in here. It's very oversold, okay? So we're down on the 5-minute RSI down to 16, 17 down there. That's extremely oversold. Now we're coming into a daily position, a yellow line. Let's just go back to the daily to see where we're at, okay? Okay, so this right here, 50% of this candle, Wednesday, May 6th. Okay, so that's been almost a month. We're June 8, 9 today. Okay, so it's been 1 month retracement coming back into there. Okay, so there is a blue candle, right? But there was a blue candle there, a blue candle there, a couple blue candles there, and continue to push down. So again, guys, if we consider buying this green zone, it could come up a little bit and then come right back down with this pressure. We have to maybe look for a second bottom or a blue candle to at least close above 50% of this black candle, or maybe to close above here. Because if we just buy this, it could be just like buying this blue candle right here, and then they push you back down. You maybe get stopped out. If you bought that blue candle, you probably got stopped out, flushed out by that big black volume. Okay, if you just measure that black candle, you're going to get understand that's almost a 200 pip candle in NASDAQ. Okay, so they're really, it's moving. Okay, so this is where you got to lower your risk. Okay, to make up for all of that. Gold buy now. Again, if you're buying, you could be buying a bottom and then it comes up and goes back down. Okay. I wouldn't consider a buy yet because there's still lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. When I bought, it did create that higher high, but then it had no momentum left off of it going into noon. Noon opened with that bullish ignited candle. We had some momentum, but then it just fizzled right off. So again, just be careful. If you're buying, you're counter buying, right? It could just come up a little bit and go back down. I'm going to just take a look at my spreads on NASDAQ, 0.8. A lot of you guys like the gold bottom to buy right now. Just be careful is all I'm saying. Just be careful. Go in small size slowly and see if it builds like how we were building right here, where it came down, it came back up. We were looking for right there, like that second bottom to build back up, and then it would have been that bullish move. So it's not there. This blue candle is coming up again. It's a lower high. So if you buy that, you got to be very careful because it could just continue to push you down. So we got to see it maybe come back up, maybe come back down, maybe produce a double bottom here, and then come back through here. Okay. You just sometimes got to wait for the candle to close. Let it close on its own. Or we identify if it comes all the way down to this white line. Then we're trading at an hourly support. Bigger, higher time frame than just this no man's land right now. Okay, so this candle is going to close on NASDAQ in 45 seconds. So we came right back down almost to that yellow line, coming back up, closing above here. So next bar could come back down black, but then we see for a higher low and maybe come retrace over here, look to engulf this black bar and continue to move up, okay? But this could be, again, the first bounce, but now it's trading at a green zone. It's not just trading like right here, how it was just trading at anywhere. We got a higher time frame daily. This was May 6th. That was the last time it traded in here. That was over a month ago. Okay, and we're extremely oversold on the lower time frames. So we should see a little bit of buying momentum here. Okay, so it closed again right at about 50%. If I take one more trade, guys, it's going to be my final trade for this session. And then because I've allocated 0.25 on that gold and 0.25 on this, so then that will be my 0.5% risk for this session, okay? And if I do take a trade here, it will be to recover my loss on the gold and get back to break even. So maybe I'll switch up to NASDAQ, see what's going on here. It didn't engulf, that's correct. It didn't engulf. Maybe we need 2 candles to engulf, but it did close like right around 50%. So the momentum off this candle, remember, there's no wick on that previous candle. There's no wick, okay? So it's carrying the momentum off of that. Like you can see it's coming all the way back up, but it could pull back just like gold did. It came up and then it pulled back down, okay? So will NASDAQ do the same? Or will it engulf? Will it do something? Will it build? Gold is doing a little something here. We've created a bottom, but it's still big red zone. We're still below the 9 EMA. Just remember, we haven't closed positive yet on gold. And these are big moves, believe it or not, okay? Just this blue candle, the low to where we're at right now, that's almost 180 pips, okay? Just those 2 candles. So that's why right now, if you guys are counter trading, pipping and dipping is your best friend, okay? Like if these traders pipped and dipped, they could have got 100 pips out. Even this candle, bullish ignited, came up and could have pipped and dipped. Like even me, I was in the profit, I could have pipped and dipped, but I didn't. That's a 100 pip blue candle. Like these are some serious volume in the markets right now. Okay, so it came right back up to the purple line. The purple line was our previous low of the day. The black candle closed below. It's resistance right now. Now it could be coming back down. So it's black, blue, black. Will it create a higher low and come back up? We're at the dotted line exactly of our parallel channel where we just based it off of. So you can still see we're still below it. We need like a blue candle to potentially close above the dotted line to create support so we can trade up to the upper parallel channel. You can look at this just like a zone, right? That's upper zone, lower zone. The dotted line is your mid psychological dotted line zone, right? The 9 EMA is just above the dotted line. The 200 EMA is non-existent, okay? It's all the way up here. And then let's just add a higher time frame candle on the 15. And we're going into 12:30 in 3 minutes. So we're going to get a new 30-minute candle. If you want to take a look at the 30, look how bearish it's been. Starting right here, 9:30, 10 a.m., 10:30, 11 a.m., lower lows, lower highs, 11:30, noon. But now we're trading into that green box from a daily position from May 6th, okay? And look at all of these. Like they're all oversold. Like holy shit, look at the RSI on the 30-minute. It's down to 13. So, and it keeps dropping and keeps dropping, okay? So there's significant selling pressure. Okay, gold is building a little bit. Okay, so we see one bounce at 42.50, 42.52. Maybe we'll wait for a second bounce. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on both of these securities. We can both agree they are extremely oversold. Okay, the market is selling off like crazy. Okay, just remember, guys, in 40 seconds, we have a new 30-minute candle opening in the market. And we're going into 12:30. We're looking at gold and NASDAQ. Okay, here's the close. So we still close below here, still black on NASDAQ, and gold just got up to that 98, we're still below here. So look for one more push leg down, maybe advance back up. Bearish ignited on NASDAQ coming back in. Will it grab some liquidity, respect this, come back up blue, flip, and start to impulsively maybe potentially break above here? But this is where we could maybe potentially see a second bottom being created here. This selling pressure is relentless today. It's very strong selling pressure. So this is where you got to lower your risk, right? Just this candle alone, just that opened 1 minute. Okay, just this NASDAQ candle. This is an 80 pip candle and could be more. Okay, so if you just bought that last candle, like you're 80, 90, 100 pips in drawdown. It is a lot of drawdown, but if you just look at the size of the candles, it's relative to the size of the candles. So this is where you have to lower your risk to account for this volume. NASDAQ doesn't normally trade like this. If this was any other day, these 5-minute candles could be about 30 pips. But look at they got so much volume. They're great if you're on the winning end of a trade, but they're also demoralizing if you're on the losing side of the trade, especially if you're over leveraged. So that's why we really have to manage the risk when you're trading. Measure the size of the candle so you know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, there's a good flip. So it came back in the green zone right at that opening body right there. So you can see where it's holding the support at 28,422. And it's still a hanging man candle. It could potentially flip blue, and then, you know, the job to do, fill that wick, maybe have an impulse breakout, get back up to right there, 28,600. The 9 EMA is there, and there's a body and a body right there. So if you like to buy the retest and the flip out of this, you can, or you got to know that it could also continue to come right back down, okay? Okay, I'm going to buy the flip. I'm going to buy. It's very similar to what I did with gold. Gold came down, retested, flipped, and I'm going to look to buy because it already retested. It held where this big body opened. Okay, so you see the retest right at the point of interest of the 1220 candle. So I'm looking to continue to fill the wicks and get back up to maybe right there. Retest this wick at 50%. That would be 28,640, and that would be potentially 120 to 130 pips up there. Okay, stop loss now, location. Again, I'm just going to place my stop loss just below the yellow daily point of interest right here, the yellow line. Could I place it below the entire zone? Yes, I could, but I have to have a bigger stop loss. Then my reward would have to be larger for that stop loss. Okay. So I'm just going to keep it, like I said, for now, right below that yellow line. NASDAQ buy. See if we can get some momentum coming up. And even if it does come up there, we have to acknowledge that it could come up there and it could drop right back down, right? So let's see if we can build with this 15-minute candle. Gold. Gold is still consolidating. What you could do if gold is consolidating this range and you don't want to trade this, just continue waiting it out. Watch how it builds. Consolidate this zone right here like this and just continue to wait. See how it builds, right? You see one nice bottom, coming back up. Maybe we'll have a second bottom break. You guys know what we got to do. We got to get above here, close above this, retest this, then to continue to drive back up and reverse all of a little bit of this selling pressure. But I want to monitor NASDAQ right here. Let's see if we can have a little lunchtime pullback here. Buy. I didn't say sell. Buy. But if you want to sell, yeah, go in and sell. You'll probably trade with the trend and you'll probably make more money that way. If I like what I see out of NASDAQ, I may add another position if I get what I want. If I get the confirmations that I'm looking for, I may add another position, just so you guys know. But I got to wait for candle confirmations and closures. Okay, this is a nice blue candle that's printing right off of the top of the green box. That's what I want. I want to be diverging away from the green box right there, higher low, coming back up. But you guys know the job of a candle. It's got to continue to backfill that wick. If it just comes up and creates a lower high, you guys know it could get smacked right back down. Okay, so we really got to create that higher high and break, maybe potentially break above the previous lowest point of the day, the purple line, maybe tap into that 90 MA, more so those bodies right there. If we can close above this structure, we could build off of it to continue to come up, because that's what you got to do. It's like building blocks. When you're counter trading a move, you have to utilize each candle. Like, it's not just going to go all the way through here unless there's some significant news. We have to close above this structure, but if we can come and fill these wicks and close above that purple line, then that's even better. But that's a lot to ask for. So I don't ask for that type of move. I ask to just, can we close above these two black candles right here? Because again, we came up and it's a lower high and rejecting it right back down. So when traders are saying, Ron, I want a move to be all the way like up to here, I'm like, yeah, I want that too. But you guys understand how much structure we have to go through to get up there? We can't even get above here. How the hell are we going to get all the way up there? And gold is still inside this zone. This is sometimes where you hit a dead part of the market, this 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. From time to time in New York, it's kind of like a dead hour where there's very, very choppy volume until things pick up in the afternoon. Okay, so this is a liquidity candle. They're coming for liquidity. I got stopped out. It's a liquidity grab. Stopped out. Fuck. This market is ruthless. Yeah, it's a liquidity candle. I'm not trading this whipsaw shit. This is too much. This is whipsaw action. So they're cleaning out the boards now. They're taking all of the pending orders. Everyone's stop losses, sell limits, sell stops, buy limits, buy stops. Everything is going to get triggered now. Good luck to everybody here. Good luck. This is where whipsaw action comes. And this is where you can get frustrated. This is where you can revenge trade. This is where you can get really pissed off at the market. And this is where I got to wrap it up, and stop trading this afternoon, because this is what triggers traders. Yep. Yeah, it's guys, it's a crazy market. Look at gold, look at NASDAQ, everything. It's oh man, what a tough market. Wild moves, Sergio. This is wild. Holy shit. I don't like when the markets get like this. I hope we don't get like this for the next couple weeks or months, because there's going to be a lot of people that lose a lot of money. Trump tweeted like it. What did he say to cause this? What is he saying? Tomorrow will be a better day. Tomorrow's CPI. Tomorrow's probably going to be a worse day. Yeah, gold. Gold is dumping, yeah. There's nothing to see on gold for me. I'm done with gold. I'm done. I'm done trading today. If you guys made some money, I see some of you guys made. You guys were on the opposite end. Good. Congratulations. But for me, I'm going to cut the grass. That's the safest thing for me to do. This is unbelievable. I don't see anything on Trump unless you guys are trolling. That's fine. But normally, if Trump is talking, there's okay. Here it is. Oh, 1 minute ago. Thank you. Okay. Conveniently, he just tweeted 1 minute ago. Iranians shot down one of our helicopters. Oh no. The United States must, of necessity, respond to this attack. Oh my God, guys. Wow. I have just been informed by our great military that last night the Iranians shot down one of our highly sophisticated Apache helicopters while patrolling over the Strait of Hormuz. There were 2 pilots involved. Both are safe and uninjured. Nevertheless, the United States must, of necessity, respond to this attack. Okay, guys, be ready for some serious volatility for the next couple days, the next couple weeks to come. Man, if everyone can lower their risk and leverage, this would be the time to do it. Holy, oh no. Wow. And that, okay, so that is that. It got shot down 14 hours ago, but he just tweets it right now. His tweet might fill the daily wick. Yep. Wow. Okay, so now it's starting to come out on Financial Juice. Iranians down one of our helicopters last night. U.S. must react to the assault. Okay, guys. So if you're trading crude oil, if you're trading gold, Nasdaq, US30, S&P 500, there's going to be a lot of volatility coming in the next few days, and tomorrow doesn't get any easier with the CPI as well. So tomorrow, on top of everything going on, look at, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 red US folders at 8:30 a.m. Unbelievable. Trump made his position. He probably loaded on calls. Trump and all his friends probably loaded up all the options ready to go. We should get Trump to make us a leading indicator to let us know when he's going to tweet. Yeah, guys, I'm not going to be looking for another trade today. I don't like this market. I can't trade a market like this where there's tweets going every couple minutes with these type of candles. It's not a fun market to trade. Like that black gold candle, that's a 300 pip candle. Like that's not normal, right? So I suggest, you don't trade this stuff. Just listen to me. I know everyone wants to trade. Believe me, I do too. I want to continue trading. I want to make up my losses as well, but you got to be smarter than that. Like, just think, that's a 300 pip candle in a couple minutes just by a tweet. Like it's not basic. It's not trading, right? It's just kind of luck of the draw that he tweeted that at that time. Okay, I'm not making excuses, but it sucks for trading at that time. And it could be all day like this. Like now, look at 12:44. All this breaking news. Trump, this red circle right here. U.S. must react to the assault. Breaking news. Trump, U.S. must react to Iran assault. So you're going to start to see a lot of breaking news coming out right now regarding this. Iran is going to come out and start saying stuff. They're going to start saying, no, we didn't shoot any helicopters down. This is not true. This is false information. You're going to see. It's going to be, and then the markets are just going to go really, really volatile. You're going to see spikes in candle. You're going to see them go up, a lot of wicks. Watch and see the volume this afternoon. Maybe we have to wait for tomorrow and trade the post CPI, figure out what happens overnight with all of this news. Again, start it off fresh tomorrow after CPI, do a top-down analysis, figure out how the higher timeframes are moving, and continue trading like that. But this is a tough market. This is not easy to trade. And the big IPO on Friday as well with SpaceX. There's a lot going on. SpaceX is going to be a shitstorm. Probably. Yeah, tomorrow we can do US30. We'll switch it up. We've been doing NASDAQ a lot. Tomorrow we'll do gold and US30. I enjoy US30 much better than trading NASDAQ. Tech is very, very tricky to trade. When it's got good days, it's easy to trade. When it's got bad days, it's very difficult. I prefer US30. So we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do gold and US30 for tomorrow's call. We'll switch it up. Every day we can switch NASDAQ and US30. We'll always do gold, but every other day, like one day like today, we did gold and NASDAQ. Tomorrow we'll do gold and US30. The following day we'll do gold and NASDAQ. Next day we'll do gold and US30. If you guys want, we can do S&P. If you guys like the ES, whatever, you guys let me know. We can do each one of those each day. But S&P is very similar to NASDAQ. They move very, very, very similar. US30 is the one that trades a little different. Rav, yes, tomorrow we'll do US30, no problem.
See, like every move that's coming up, again, there's so much offers in the market, just rejecting every single move is just getting rejected, guys. And then when you least expect it, then you're gonna get like a bullish move after all of this accumulation. Maybe they will redistribute it later today. Maybe during power hour, have a little sympathy push coming back up to create maybe a wick on a daily candle. Or it could just close very bearish and right near the low and just continue pushing down tomorrow. Like when you look at the daily of NASDAQ, man, look at, holy shit. Like look at these candles. Like these were individual candles, one daily, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like look at the volume. And now the last 3 days, the volume is insane. Okay. So it's, guys, that's it. The volatility is here. It's back. It's intense. Just please be careful trading. We're not trading with these smaller daily candles anymore. Look at the size of these daily candles compared to NFP, even yesterday's candle and today's. These are massive. Even when you look at gold, okay, on the daily, much different. Look at it. Like remember when we were consolidating in here for those 3 weeks? And look at the redistribution. So remember when we said, you know, if you picked a position in that consolidation, buyers were buying, sellers were selling, buyers were buying, but eventually it's not just going to stay in here. So this was for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 days in here, 3 weeks where there was buyers buying and sellers selling. So you guys know it could just stay in a consolidated zone and just continue to do that. Or the next option is buyers accumulate more, and then there's a news catalyst to help push it through there. But NFP numbers destroyed gold. The job numbers were very good. It beat the analysts' expectations. They did not expect that type of forecast for this many jobs to be created. So it's correlated with the US dollar. It was very positive for the US dollar, and you can see we pushed down. So all of these sellers that were accumulating, anticipating those numbers on NFP, they were correct, right? You know, when you're picking options, you got to be calling an option in the future. Well, they positioned themselves correctly. They got the volume, and even the pullbacks are continuing to push down. So it's very big. Look at the size of the candles now, much bigger volume. So that's why we're seeing those 5-minute candles that are 100, 200, 300 pips. Remember months ago when we were trading gold and NASDAQ and US30, where 5-minute candles were 100, 200, 300, 400 pips? It's going to come back to those days again. So you got to adapt. You got to adjust now, because we've been spoiled the last few months where we didn't have this type of volatility, where an average 5-minute candle was about 50 pips. Now we might see average 5-minute candles are 150, 200 pips. So you got to think about this. You have to now plan your trading style. Are you going to still trade with the same stop loss, same risk management that you were trading a couple weeks ago? Because the markets are shifting. The markets are changing. There's more and more volume coming in the markets. Okay. The size of the candles are much different than they were trading couple weeks back, couple months back. Now they're getting substantially much larger. Okay. So a critical mistake, not by trading, like if you pick the wrong direction, okay, that's a mistake most traders make. I made the wrong direction today. I made a mistake. But what I mean by making a critical mistake is if you make a critical mistake on choosing your lot size, on choosing, are you trading a micro or a mini if you're trading in the futures, those can be the critical mistakes you make. But if you're trading with the proper risk management and you do take a loss, and you will take a loss in these markets, sometimes there's nothing that you can do to control it. Like a candle that Donald Trump tweets and it drops 300 pips in a minute, that's not in your control. There's nothing that you can do about that. It's just unfortunate. It's bad luck. It happened while you were in a trade. If you were on the right end of the trade and that happened, you're loving life. You're happy right now. But if you're on the wrong end of the trade and that happens, you're sick to your stomach. But it happens. That's the time we're trading right now. It's trading where the president of America tweets 24/7, and his tweets affect the way how the markets move. I can't think of any other presidents back in the day that used to tweet nonstop and affect the financial markets. It was usually Powell or the FOMC chairperson who could affect the way how the markets move. I didn't think a president could move the markets, but this is the time we're trading. So we have to understand that this is the way how the markets will be moving for the next few months and the next few years. And if you can't adapt to this, then it's going to be a big learning curve for you. Okay. So my advice is to continue to learn. And if you make some mistakes during this time, don't be so upset at yourself. Don't be so down on yourself. Just understand, most traders are going through this. I'm going through this today. You're probably going to go through this at another time, at some point in time. But I'm choosing myself to walk away from the market right now. I don't want to engage in this because I know that it could just compound and then I could get upset and then it leads to revenge trading. It leads to over trading. Then I could potentially give back all of my profits that I earned last week. You guys know the same cycle that I know. It's the same cycle, guys. It's this cycle when you're as a trader. You start here and then you give back and then you can't stop. Then you go over here and then you're giving back yesterday's profit. Then you come over here, you give back last week's profit. Now you're in a hole, now you're in massive drawdown, and then now you're over leveraging and now you're blowing up accounts. It's this vicious circle that traders go through. So I went through this, I'm going through this today. I just took 2 losses, right? So I don't want to engage in this circle and continue to trade in this circle. What I'm doing is I'm gonna exit right now of this circle right there. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking myself out of this position. I'm going to go back and look at what my trades. I'm going to look at them, journal them, figure out what I did wrong, or was I okay with my buys at those positions? Was maybe my stop loss placement? This, just review the trade. Sometimes the trade will, when you review it, you'll be like, okay, I screwed up. I did that. I need to correct this. Maybe I was trading in a highly volatile day with a lot of volatility and volume in the market. And I should have been trading with the trend instead of counter trading. How many of us do that? Counter trading or trading with the trend. Yes, it's easy to say, but when the RSI is down to 15 on the 30-minute and everything is oversold, and we come down to a daily point of interest, that's my go-to setup, right? When things are oversold and it comes to a daily point of interest, that's where normally my bread and butter move is. That's what I rely on. But today it didn't happen because there's extreme selling pressure in the market. On any other day, if NASDAQ or gold was dropping down to that green daily zone and we buy out of there, we would potentially be at 100 or 200 pips in profit and make a profitable trade. But today there's so much just offers that the buyers can't seem to get above that wall. There's just so much offers that continue. Every single one of these successive bounces have been met with offers. They pushed it down. Here's another bounce. It was met with offers. They pushed it down. Here was another bounce, met with offers. They pushed it down. Little bounce, offers, little bounce, offers. Right there where I bought, there was a bounce and then more offers. And then they just liquidated that candle. Now it's forming again a double bottom. Okay. So it came down, back up, came down, back up. This might be the time going into 1 or 2 p.m. where the market has a little bit of a sympathy rally to create maybe like a bottom wick on the daily candle to make it look respectable going into the close. But again, if you're buying this, you have to know it could come up and then they could just drop it right back down. Okay. Similar with gold as well. Gold is building a little bit as well. It could be now building a double bottom right near this hourly support and come back up. But you got to know, if it just comes back right back up to here, you're in the profit of 100 and 200 pips. It could just come right in there and just drop right back down in there. Why not sell? Because sometimes when you make your bias, it's hard to change your bias. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to be as honest as I can. Yes, when we look at it right now, then why were there these buyers there? Why was there those buyers there? Why did those buyers buy there? Right? We can just, hypothetically, we can say this about everything. On a day when you're trading against a trend, I can say, well, why didn't you just, it's easy to say, it's hard to do. Right now we're getting double the buyers right now buying the double bottom, right? But every single one, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So it's easy to say, well, why didn't we just wait and sell? Why didn't we just wait and sell? Why didn't you just wait and sell? Why didn't we just wait and sell right now as it's coming up? Instead of buying, some of you guys I can see are already chatting you're buying. Well, why don't you just wait and sell, right? It's easy to say, it's harder to do, okay? But in my opinion, I should have been selling, even though with this stupid RSI that threw me off, being like oversold at 15, I know that then it's liquidating buyers. Should have just continued to sell. That's when I review for my trades today. I should have just been selling with the market, waiting for these blue candles come up and just continue selling. And then if you're in the sell and coming down and then it breaks above and closes above and you get stopped out on the sell, then maybe you got to switch your mindset and maybe think that now the reversal is taking place. And then maybe you can become a buyer, okay? We were trying to anticipate a bottom being created and get that buy, okay? That's just me trying to explain it as the best as I can. There's no excuses, but I like to explain my thought process behind it, okay, guys? But it's 1 p.m. That's it. I'm gonna go cut the grass and cool off out there, and we'll see you guys tomorrow again, same time, 11 a.m. Tomorrow we're gonna do gold, and everything will be settled overnight. Whatever news comes out, CPI will be released. Volume will be settled down. We'll do a top-down analysis on gold, and then we'll do US30 instead of NASDAQ tomorrow. We'll switch it up. And guys, if you want to join us tomorrow, subscribe to the channel, like the channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We appreciate all of you guys. And just be careful trading this afternoon if you're going to trade with Donald Trump tweeting with this type of volatility. This could be just a little bit of a bounce, and then come mid-afternoon, they dump it right back down right into the close. Okay, so just be careful. All I can say is you're going to have winning trades and you're going to have losing trades. Okay, as traders, it's going to happen no matter what, okay? But please just learn how to manage your risk, okay? I took 2 losses today. I lost 0.5%. I did not blow up my account, nor did I lose all of my profit from last week or do some sort of stupid thing like that, okay? But I did take losses. Yes, that is a fact. But you got to know how to take a loss, walk away from the market. This is where I'm walking away. I'm not going to continue to trade this afternoon. Yes, I know I can maybe come back, take a few more trades and recover, but I know that tomorrow is another day. I know that tomorrow might be much better volume to trade, maybe less volatility, less tweeting, more structural, everything following analysis, but that's the way it is. So guys, please learn the risk management side of trading and not just whether to buy or sell. Learn risk management. You'll last longer in the trading game and you'll really appreciate it from years to come. Okay, guys? But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, we'll get started just before 11 a.m. Eastern. Join Dave if you want in the COMEX and Wall Street session, and join the free Telegram. It's pinned at the top of YouTube right over here. Okay, guys? We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening and a great day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
Recording stopped.